Happy Sabbath, church. It's a pleasure to be here again. I have been here quite numerous things. I think this is like my sixth times or fifth. I remember I came to a graduation or school activities they usually keep for the children. It was rainy that day, muddy, and the last time was at Linstead High School. So this church is small but very active. Like we say in Jamaica, what? Little but talawa, huh? Very busy church. And if they cannot find me, they know Nurse Vernon Taylor. She will call. And then my friend, Dr. Green, couldn't make it. And then he asked me to come and then speak for him. But I'm very passionate about what I will be talking now. But before I do, we are going to pray. Our Heavenly Father, thank you for the Sabbath day. Thank you for life. Thank you for waking us this morning with good frame of mind. And we continue worshiping you as we keep the Sabbath. Be with us here and everywhere else in the world where your children are together, magnifying and glorifying your name. This is what we ask. In Jesus Christ's name, we say, amen. Well, before I get into my presentation, what have we been doing since last time we saw each other? Well, diabetes online classes. We have manual. You want to learn about diabetes? Talk to me after. We are now teaching diabetes online. Certified. I'm the teacher. There's a manual for the class. And at the end of the class, you will have answered 1,000 smart questions on diabetes. So we can let you go and be expert by your own right. And we are going to talk about diabetes, a little bit of prostate. And then the book, still there. A few people got this copy, In the Making of a Medical Doctor. It's a motivational book. And I know you did get the first one in the You Can Make It. So busy doing many other things. But diabetes really is what keeps me busy, because we have a tendency of counting how many people have died, how many people so far, and we are so glad that they say what? The crime, death related to crimes has gone down. But with the bad news today, that in Jamaica, the leading cause of death now is diabetes. I mean, diabetes and its long-term complications kills more than what you know, right? And we are not talking much about that. It kills more than gun, than accident, than HIV, right? Diabetes mellitus. And then 20 years, 30 years ago, Adventists used to be different. But now, it's just like anywhere else. We are just finding diabetes mellitus within the Adventist setting or non-Adventist setting. That means we have something not right, all right? So, definition, diabetes mellitus. Traditionally, we define diabetes as sugar in the blood. That's one way. The other way is sugar in the urine. You go to the doctor, they ask you to pass urine, and the nurse sinks, strips, and that will show the nurse quite few things. Among them, if sugar is in the urine. But now, from 1931, we know what causes sugar in the blood. It is insulin resistance. That means your body resisting what insulin does. Insulin in our body, it's like a key that opens the door so that sugar can come out of the vessels, get into our body, where it is used as what? Source of energy. Sugar is not bad. What is bad? What? Too much. Small amount, it's okay. Right? Next slide. Well, we need to know what types of diabetes are there. One, diabetes type 1. This is diagnosed in babies. Children going to primary school, kindergarten, high school. Baby at jubilant age, 1 minute. When we check sugar high, 1 minute age. Just born, newborn diabetes. That is called type 1. It consists of 5 to 10% of all diabetics. If you have 100 diabetics, type 1, maybe only 10 of them. And we have type 1.5, which is really type 1, or sometimes it's diagnosed among the adults. And they don't fit the profile of type 2 diabetes. And then we have diabetes mellitus type 2. This is the most prevalent, right, diagnosed within the adult population. But what we are finding now is that even children in high school, primary school, are being diagnosed with type 2 because of overweight, right? And then we have gestational diabetes, which is diabetes in pregnancy, to a lady who was never diabetic before. And then we have drug-induced diabetes mellitus. You take some tablet that you love so much. Yes. People get upset when they come. I check, we do everything. I say, okay, you can do. Only that? I say, yes, you don't need anything else. Not even a prescription. So there's this thing, you go to the doctor, you must get something as a medication. So those medications can lead to what? Diabetes mellitus. Just few in my mind. There's one that we prescribe called prednisone. Prednisone. Very good. Asthma, allergies, autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis. But guess what? Side effect is what? Diabetes. Sometimes when we stop, diabetes reverses, and sometimes it doesn't. Right? I can go on, some like Lipitor, simvastatin for cholesterol, and then hydrochlorothiazide, the little pinkish water tablet for the pressure. Quite antipsychotic medications for people mentally challenged. All these medications that we prescribe can lead to what? Diabetes mellitus. Next slide, please. Now, in medicine, we talk about risk factors. So you are listening. So at the end, I'm going to give some time to ask questions. Risk factors are what you have, more of those you have, the probability, chances of developing a disease increases, right? And then for most of the disease, we have a list of risk factors. You go to the doctor, they say, what do you do? What do you eat? your mother, your father, that we are trying to see out what are your risk factors. For diabetes mellitus, from now on, we're going to focus on diabetes type 2, the most prevalent, right? Lifestyle disease. Age is a risk factor. You grow in age, tears and wears, the pancreas cannot produce insulin or not producing enough, then you develop type 2 diabetes. Diet for type 2 diabetes. Diet. Hypertension, diet. Virtually, most of the diseases now, they have a dietary component that will either help or worsen the disease. But for type 2 diabetes, diet is the most important thing to know. Diet. Rice. White rice. White bread. Dumplings. Fritters. Cornmeal porridge. Hominy corn. Cornmeal, I don't say medium, small, big size. And you drink a big bowl of cornmeal, you put Nestle, and then you fry dumpling, and you drink syrup. What do you mean, cornmeal? Who said cornmeal is good? When you eat cornmeal fried dumpling, and you put Nestle in it, and when you say, you burst, not enough, you drink syrup. That nice? Poisonous. Rice, white rice, the amount, the quantity. Boiled dumplings, 10, 6, 11. I wonder why black people, if the belly not full, them not eat. I don't know where we get that mentality. And they say, Rastaman food. I say, stop. There's nothing like Rastaman food. Towards the end. Keep your question. Towards the end. All right? So, diet. Lack of vegetables. We don't drink water. As we eat, we go to bed. And then we eat 3 meals a day. Now we know we can live with 2 meals. And some people have chosen to have 1 meal a day. And they still live quite well. You eat at 8. As you get a breakfast, frying this and frying that and 6, all right. 1 o'clock, meal. Now, from 8 to 1 is what? 5 hours. And sometimes the digestion is not completed. You eat. 6 o'clock, peckish. We are eating too much. Too much. What matters now is the time that we don't eat. And that time must be at least 12 hours before you start getting benefit of whatever you're doing. That means within 12 hours, you must have burnt all the calories you have eaten. Beyond that, you start burning fat. That's why they are calling about intermittent fasting. It's in a mode now because people are responding fast, right? So diet is the key. Lack of exercise. If you want to die peacefully, you want to die when you are 70, you get a stroke and heart attack and you can't walk and my knee hurts me. You sit and you can't tie your lesson. You are old and you go to the bank, they say, it's a senior citizen place. And you sit and you read newspaper in the bank and that line never moves. It's like forever. And then you go to the line and say, senior citizen, see 1% discount and they swipe the thing. Yeah, me old. If you want to be like that, just live your life normal. Don't exercise. Don't touch your toe. Don't stretch. Don't lift the muscle. By the time you are 70, you are blind, a stroke, and you die. 70 is not old now. If I take you to my work, 55, one tube so, one tube so, one tube, tubes all over the place. And I say, you used to smoke? Yes. You used to drink? Yes. Exercise? No. Exercise delays aging. You see, for you to make a fit tight, you have muscle that come right behind here, you know. And then some people cannot open the bottle. They say, Peter, yes, come open this. How old are you? 55. What? No, my hand can't. Only 55, you can't open your hand because the muscles so stiff. Dehydration. You don't exercise. You can't come out of your car. You can't come out of your bed. Dizzy. And then you enjoy senior citizen because you are old. You're old. I'm 61, you know, and I ask most of my patients, how old are you? 55. I said, you know I'm older than you? True? I said, yes. I'm older than you. So what happened? What do you mean what happened? But you look like you're 85. What happened? What went wrong? Me no know. You must know. Smoking, drinking, lack of exercise, eating every kind of food. So exercise, you want to grow old, healthy, good quality of life, exercise. You want to fight heart attack, stroke, cancer, exercise. I drive my car, I go to Palisado, and I park my car, and I walk, and I come back. Every other morning, I do 10,000 steps, equivalent to 6 miles of walking. At the hospital, I push my patient. I climb the stairs. I don't use the phone. And then you keep younger. Then you can sign your check. You can go to the bank. God bless you if you get somebody to be signing your check. By the time you realize, money done. So it amazes me when I travel, certain things we cannot avoid. But most what is happening to us is because of what we eat and lack of exercise. Lifestyle, race, stress. I invite you to join me. Stress-free. Stress-free. Pay bills, stress. For some people, you know, food on the table, stress. Back to school, stress. Back to school stress, I see more women stressed than men. I said, but why are you so stressed out? Where is the man behind this? You don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? Where him there? Him all about the place. I said, go and find him, bring him to me. You don't know where to find him. Back to school stress. Wife stress. Husband stress. Children stress. Hello? Children stress? These children now, you know theirs yet, my dear. Let them get 20. Until they start talking back to you. You don't get theirs yet. These children now, I call them the elephant we have created, and they sit right into our living room, and the horn of the elephant and the trump of the elephant all in the house. Lack of ambition they don't have. They're cold like ice in the fridge. They cannot manage stress. Poor problem solving. You know why? Because we solve all of their problems. If they fail at school, we drive them to the teacher. If they cry, we come and wipe their tears. We feed them in the morning, at midday. These children have been eating without being hungry. So how do they appreciate food? The best recipe to make them mean and selfish, every birthday celebrate them. So you want to teach them to give by giving. That's not how you teach people to be kind by giving. By giving, you teach them to receive and not to give back. By receiving and receiving and receiving, that's not the way you teach them to give back. Teaching them to give back is not giving them. Let them learn to give. You create mean and selfish people. They are all over now. I never celebrate a birthday. Am I less a human being? In fact, birthdays were not a part of my family. And everybody who grew long ago, birthday was just happy birthday, you move about your business. They take sick leave, they celebrate pre-birthday, birthday, post-birthday. I supervise some of them. I say, look, your birthday is a private domain. You know what I hate? People remind me of their birthday, but you don't know mine. You know my birthday? No, so why do I need to know yours? Your birthday is your private business, not public domain. Stress. And then a billionaire came on Facebook. He said, the best way to live stress-free life is not to please others, not try to be like others, be yourself. Because if you want to please others, and some people are hard to please, and if you want to be like everybody else, you will not. And this thing called Facebook has brought a fake, a life that doesn't exist. And people go on Facebook to be alive. And when you meet them out of Facebook, you wonder if they're the same. Live within your mean. Be yourself. Give what you can. What you cannot give. Raise your children to be real. Let them learn to solve their problem at home. Medication, obesity, family history, diabetes in the family, look out. More likely you might develop diabetes. Next slide. Next. Signs and symptoms. In medicine, we call signs what I see, and symptoms what you tell me. But sometimes patients get upset. My tummy hurt me. And so your tummy hurt, come, sit down. I squeeze the tummy, and she can move a muscle. She's smiling, but this tummy not hurting. If a real tummy hurt, as I touch, so you jump. So we like to follow what we see, not what you tell me. Oh, my tummy hurt me. Oh, my neck. Oh, I cannot see you on your machine. Oh, I blocked out, and they are. So we go on the sign. And one of the signs is that the sugar in the urine, passing a lot of urine, drinking a lot of water, losing weight. There's a wound that doesn't heal, infection in the bladder, right? Blood vision, right? Dry mouth because the dehydration that comes with, right? Itching in the skin. So these are things that come with diabetes. Next. We diagnose that. Next. You go to the lab. Treatment. Education. Here where we're failing. Education. Patients don't know what to eat. And some doctors tell them, eat everything as long as you take your medication. It didn't work. It's not working. It will never work. You must eat food with low glycemic index. What that means? Food that will not spike your sugar high. Eat ground-produced food. Eat small portions. Your last meal will be 5, 6 o'clock. Drink a lot of water. Exercise. Vegetables. But you love soft flour too much. You love fried dumpling. You love white bread. You love cornmeal porridge. You love hominy corn and you put flour. You love to fry your chicken and you roll the chicken around the flour. Everything you do is flour. You want to make a little soup, you sprinkle flour, right? And flour is not good, right? And then you don't exercise. Yes? Peter, bring me this. John, bring me that. No. Get up and walk. You don't drink water, right? You don't take your medications as prescribed. You take when you feel a headache. It's all kind of problem, lack of education. 2 is diet. If I diagnose people with type 2 diabetes, I see them, I say, look, you want medication? I will give you the medication. But if you don't take the medication one day, you're going to be sticking yourself 3 times a day. Oh, I don't want. I say, okay. I can put you on a diet. Oh, yes, I want diet. I say, wait. You don't know what diet entails as yet. Tell me now. No rice. The eyes are rolling. No rice. I say, no flour. And I pose. No bread. No bread. No dumpling. So what if you eat? No, I'm not finished. I don't finish. When I mean dumpling, I mean fried dumpling, fritters, boil, festival, carnival too, there's one carnival, festival, and you can see literally they become concerned. Because that's what we love to eat. And they say, but what am I going to eat now? I say, I'm going to tell you what you're going to eat. Green plantain. Yes. Green banana. Yam. Breadfruit. Dasheen. Okay, I'm coming. You have a question. You're going to, Chicken? Okay. Chicken. You can eat. Because the problem is with the starch. Starch. That means you have to think twice before you eat. If you live in Kingston, you go to Coronation Market and you start negotiating. Because if you're going to buy 1 pound of yam in the supermarket, it's $800. If I leave KPH, I just walk so. It's $250. Where am I going to go? No, I'm going to Coronation Market. 1 dozen of green banana is $100. 300 in the supermarket. So you start eating, planning. You can cook bulgur rice as rice. You can make porridge bulgur rice. So you start eating, planning. And what will happen? You start losing weight. The sugar start going down. And if the doctor follows you and say, well, whatever you are doing seems to be working, and they start cutting you off medication, right? Exercise and medication. Next slide. Complications. Diabetes affect all the organs in your body. It affects the brain, it gives you stroke, it gives you bleeding stroke, it gives you Alzheimer's disease, the eyes, diabetic retinopathy, bleeding behind the eyes, the ears, deaf, right? The mouth, gingivitis, right? Stomach, gastroparesis, right? The stomach gets so weak and slow, right? The heart attack, the lung infection, the kidney failure, you have to go to the machine. This is the most expensive complication of diabetes. To sit on a machine for 2-3 hours is $15,000. We are told to do it 3 times a week. But in Jamaica, we cannot afford, we do twice. But even twice, it's $30,000 a week, 62 weeks, 120 a month. The medication expensive for something that could be what? Avoided. It affects the liver, the gallbladder, the bladder, everything. Next. So, lifestyle disease, there's a way of life that promotes diabetes. Drinking syrup, iCool, box juice, box drink. Yeah, and you go to the supermarket, they have the syrup, cheap, I think with 500 you can get a bottle, right? And you go home and you mix it with lemonade and you put ice. Nice, isn't it so? It's poisonous. And then that sugar, you eat bread, sugar, rice, sugar, dumplings, sugar, right? But it is hereditary, most of the diseases, but lifestyle is what triggered the disease. Diabetes is in my life, so in my family. I have a family member with diabetes. But I say, maybe when I'm 100 years old, and they say, Dr. Gombel, you have diabetes. I say, okay, after 100 years old, I'm going to retire when I'm 90. Yes? So I take 10 years to relax and diabetes. I say, all right, God, come, my time gone. But not now, I'm fighting it, not now. Because 70, I just start working. 80, still traveling. And when I'm 90, I retire. So if the lifestyle changes, diabetes mellitus also what? Reverses. Next. So in dealing with diabetes mellitus, you can reverse or you can control with exercise, diet, medication, or you pay the price. Next. Okay, this is some pictures in my manual. You go to the lab, going to take the blood to test the diabetes mellitus. Next. Okay, somebody going to the bathroom rushing, because that is one of the signs. You go to the bathroom very often. Next. Children, I went to Kingston, and I went to some schools, I don't want to call names. All they give children is sugar and salt. Fries, salt, Irish potato, sugar, ketchup, sugar, rice, sugar, drink, sugar. Yes? And then juice, sugar. Right? So that, and it's cute. Right? Next. Sabbath evening, TV, Burger King, popcorn, good life. Next. Obesity used to be in thing because many people were slim, and people who were slim wanted to be like those who were obese. So obesity was like, great. Next. But we know now, next slide please. We know now obesity is not good. Next slide. So we know now obesity not good. Next slide. Blindness. Diabetes can cause blindness. Amputation. Pause. Pause on amputation. The Caribbean, led by Jamaica, Trinidad, and Barbados, is called the capital of the world for what? Amputation. That means we amputate more in Jamaica than anywhere else in the world. Can you imagine? Cut. Next. Start. Anywhere, anytime, it's better to start than not what? Not to start. Next. This is a lady from Costa Rica with diabetes, and she was adamant. She didn't want to take the medication. And I took her through diet, but she knew how to cook. You know, she really knew how to cook. After 3 months, the sugar went down, and the program finished. And until now, she's not diabetic. So you have to know how to cook. Foot, amputations. Right? Next. Smoothies. Very good for your health. Greens. Next. This is Tony Kelly. He's a British diagnosed with diabetes 21 years ago, never took a medication. So we had him last year to give a conference in Kingston. Next. Amputations. When you lose one toe, 50% who people lose toe, they die within 5 years. If you lose below the knee, 50% of people who have lost below the knee died within 5 years. This guy, I don't know what was so cute about that. 80% of them die within 5 years. And most of them don't die for amputation or it's depression. Right? So amputation can be prevented. And most of the amputations start where? In the foot. Next. Obesity. Know your numbers, your size. Next. Emancipation Park. People walking every morning. Right? Next. Coronation Market. I took that guy to shop for me. Because when I just open my mouth, the prices go to the roof. So I said, Damien, come, you buy from me. And he works downtown, so he knows them. Next. Just take a picture in downtown, Coronation Market. Not buying. Next. This is my wife eating, right? Fish and vegetables. Next. A boy making what? Monkey face when they are trying to give him vegetables. Now, what you don't give them when they are babies, they will not get it when they are old. You remember grandma take food in the mouth and put in the baby's mouth, or the chicken bones, everything, so that the baby can get used to the taste. And if they are not used to anything at that age, trouble to get them to feed, to eat some vegetable. Next. Ulcer. Next. That's what we are talking about. And then now in your refrigerators, in your cupboard, you have those things. Finish them and don't buy them again. Next. These are the good stuff. Greens. Next. What I'm talking about. Good food to eat. Next. In the UK, exercising. You take your lifestyle where you go. Right? You go to Timbuktu, you go to Africa, you go to America. You have to exercise. On vacation, but what? Exercising. My wife behind doing a selfie. Next. This is KPH. And I wanted to take this picture because you don't see this in 50 years. Accident and emergency empty. What them there? Christmas Eve. Money run. Money in the pocket. Passa outside there. Pure noise. Empty. We went. Some doctors went out to eat, came back empty. That KPH. Next slide. Doctor office empty. Nobody there. We call this easy money. You get paid without sweating. See that? Nobody. Oh, if I should take a picture, it's the market. Not even after, just early in the morning, like 5 o'clock. The accident starts coming. The stab gun and the shootout. You know, so the doctors went. Nurse, if anything, call us back. Next. Seminars, education. Next. This is the course that we are offering now. Diabetes Mellitus Online. So we are taking diabetes teaching to a different level, as I said earlier. So, next. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup. Merci mingi. Asante sana. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm going to take 5 questions. All right? 5 questions. If you have, you can ask. If not, then this is the end of the presentation. We have questions? Okay, question number 1. She need a mic? Yes? Do we have a mic? No? Yes? We have a mic to pass on so that everybody can benefit from the questions?
Thanks for coming, Doctor. I'm sure we have learned a lot. I'm almost afraid to ask. I'm one of those persons who grew up on cornmeal porridge. I've never in my life heard that there was anything wrong with cornmeal porridge. You have to explain, please.
No, man. You are diabetic? No. Are you having problem with weight? No. All right? So we have to take things into context, right? So, but if you had a problem with the weight,